and shadows fall. I'll be beside you whenever you call. When worries weigh heavy and fears take flight, I'll be your strength, guiding through the night. And when the days are dark and heavy on your heart, I'll be the voice to guide you through the dim. Strong walls may crumble, but within you've got the spark. Just turn the key, let light dissolve the grim. Did you think you were alone in your feelings? Strike a match, let your inner strength be seen. Welcome to all things serious. In the depths of your despair, where demons roam, I'll be the hand to hold. You're never alone. When storms rage fierce and winds blow strong, I'll be the shelter in your soul where you belong. Welcome to all things serious.
Hello, everybody. How are we all doing this fine Wednesday or Tuesday? We're not even on Wednesday yet. Almost there. For me, it's almost Wednesday. I'm having a long day. Okay, so we got Betty Dan Boop in here. We got Low 12. What's going on, rapper? April Tobin. Little Bit. How you doing, Little Bit? Ann. It's good seeing you, Ann. So if I'm correct, give me just a second. I got, okay, hopefully more people jump in. Well, rapper, you got to stay out of them channels. I don't know what you're getting bashed for, but you got to stay out of them channels. That's good to hear a little bit. That's good to hear. How are you doing, Betty Dan Boop? I hope you're doing well. April, how's your day been? Low 12, how's your day been? All right. So I did some research about PTSD. Well, I'll find out Thursday. I won't be live tomorrow night. I'm taking Wednesday off because I have the appointment Thursday. Diane, how you doing, Diane? I hope you're doing well. So I knew that there was two types of PTSD, okay? And all I thought that there was just two types of PTSD. Well, three. I didn't know that there was five. You have comorbid PTSD, complex PTSD, and then I thought you just had PTSD across the board. You have five types of PTSD. And I'm going to talk about the five types of PTSD. What's going on, Michelle? How are you doing? I don't know who's bashing you, rapper, but that's not good. You're always welcome here. You're always welcome here, bro. So, just waiting for more people to jump in before we get this party going. So, yeah, Thursday I find out more detail about my left ankle. I wish I could show it on camera how swollen it is. You guys would be like, man, you got to take care of yourself. You got to keep that weight off. Well, it's kind of hard when you're an active person. It's kind of hard. So we got PTSD type 1. Okay. PTSD type 1. Normal stress response is what occurs before PTSD begins. However, it does not always lead up to full-blown disorder. For example, events like accident, injuries, illnesses, surgeries, and other sources of unreasonable amounts of tension and stress can lead to this type of response. Typically, normal stress response can be effectively managed with support of loved ones, peers, and individual or group therapy sessions. Individuals suffering from normal stress response should see a recovery within a few weeks. And then you got PTSD type number 2, which is acute stress disorder. Acute stress disorder, while not the same as PTSD, can occur in people who have been exposed to what is or what feels like a life-threatening event. Natural disaster, loss of loved ones, loss of a job, or risk of death are all the stressors that can trigger acute stress disorder. If left untreated, acute stress disorder may actually develop into PTSD. Acute stress disorder can be treated through individual and group therapy, medication, and intense treatments designed by a psychiatrist. Snooper, I hope you're doing well. How's work been? I hope work's going well with you. PTSD type 3. It's called uncomplicated PTSD. Uncomplicated is linked to one major traumatic event versus multiple events. And is the easiest form of PTSD to treat. Symptoms of uncomplicated PTSD include avoidance of trauma reminders, nightmares, flashbacks to event, irritability, mood changes, and changes in relationships. Uncomplicated PTSD can be treated through therapy, medication, or a combination of both. And then you have type 4, complex. Complex is the opposite of uncomplicated. It is caused by multiple traumatic events, not just one. Complex is common in abuse or DV cases, repeated exposure to war or community, the V word, CV, or sudden loss. While they share the same symptoms, treatment of complex PTSD is a little bit more intense than uncomplicated. For example, individuals with complex can be diagnosed with borderline or antisocial personality disorder or dissociative identity disorders. They exhibit behavioral issues such as impulsive aggression, substance abuse, or SI. I want to screen share this so I can share with you what it says because I can't really say some of these words, which I don't understand why. You should be able to. Let me do this. Okay, go back here. So this is, can you guys see what I'm reading? Can you see the screen? Type 4, are you able to read what I'm reading? Just asking. I haven't heard any rapper, not yet. Just asking because there's certain words I can't read out loud, like this right here. I don't understand. And then we have, they can also exhibit extreme emotional issues such as intense rage, depression, or panic. And then you have comorbid PTSD. Comorbid is a blanket term for concurring disorders. It is implied when a person has more than one mental concern, often coupled with substance issues. Comorbid is extremely common, as many people suffer from more than one condition at a time. Best results are achieved when both are commingling mental health conditions and comorbid are treated at the same time. Many people who suffer from any of the five PTSDs, any of the five types, try to treat it on their own. This includes self medication or other destructive behaviors. Using substances or alcohol as a way to numb the pain will only make things worse and prolong treatment. It is critical for your own mental health to gain and understand which type of PTSD you believe you are feeling and make a decision to get the guidance and needed for healing. Yeah, I relate to you, rapper. I have anxiety and depression at the same time, so I can understand where you're coming from. PTSD is something serious. Anxiety is serious too. So I hope you hanging out here helps you a little bit. I really do. It's a place where you can come to and talk about what you're going through. Getting bashed isn't positive either. So back to chat. Michelle Johnson, how are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Where I hope your day is getting better. I hope everybody's day is getting better. I really do. Or looking on the up and up. I'm going to open up panel if anybody wants to come up and talk. More than welcome. I'm not going to pin it because every time I do, I get bombed. I get unwanted people coming up. Thank you, Michelle. This is the best part of my day, hanging with chat and learning from you, Eddie. I have anxiety myself, and anxiety, believe it or not, is tied into PTSD. They can connect. Not all the time do they connect, but they do connect at some point. So I talk in my sleep. I don't yell in my sleep. I have conversations in my sleep, which is awkward. I didn't know that. My mom told me that the other day. She's like, you talk in your sleep. You can come up a little bit if you want to. You're more than welcome. Click the link. Thank you, Snooper. That's why I dropped the link so people could come up. I also do my night live tonight too. I'll be live at 2:30 in the morning. What's up, little bit?
Hey, I'm better now that I'm with you guys. I sound like I just wrestled a bear. I was making a bed and I sat down for a second and I went to go get up and I was like, oh, wow, that's really out of shape. Trying to
Yes.
catch my breath. So, how are you doing?
Well, I'm looking forward to Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm
Is
finally
that
going to get
when,
results.
and is that from your MRI or?
Well, they're going to do the MRI and I'm going to get the reading that same day.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, good for you. All right. Well, I will come take care of you. I got to
So.
hear what you say in your sleep.
My mom didn't tell me what I said, but you must have some really good dreams.
Well, your wife is going to love it one day.
Yeah, when I have a woman to.
Right. And depending on what you say, you might not get to keep her too long.
Yeah, depending on what I say. So no, like my PTSD. You got YouTube playing in the background?
No. I
Okay,
turned a fan on, though.
all right.
Do I need to
So
turn it off?
I would turn it down.
Okay. Is that any better?
Yes.
Okay.
So what was I going to say?
Your PTSD.
Yeah, my PTSD. My PTSD comes from multiple traumatic incidences. I was S8 as a child and C8 as a child. So that's where my PTSD comes from. I have flashbacks from it.
How long did you have flashbacks?
If it wasn't for the medication and therapy, I'd still have it.
Are you able to say the medications you take that help?
I believe I am. I believe it helps. Some people it doesn't, like they don't care for it. But for me, I think it helps. But I'm not, yeah, I don't tell people go and do it.
Uh-huh.
But I think it helps me.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
So,
Because some will help some and some won't help, others, but, everybody's different. I know it took a long time to try to find certain medications to work, and that can be hard.
I still have mood swings here and there. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
it's not intense. It's not as intense. You know,
Hmm.
my friend Jenna has entered chat. My friend Jenna.
Hi, Jenna.
Jenna, I need your help. I really do. I need your help. When you have time, I need a one of a kind logo because somebody else used my logo. The only thing that didn't say is all things serious. They used everything else. Yeah. And Jenna is an artist. She's a phenomenal artist. She's also an amazing person.
Um, well, I tell you what I experienced a little bit yesterday was I've been in a really, really bad place for quite some time, and I have good moments, um, and then I have bad, and then I have extremely dark. And yesterday was just one of those, you know, bad to extremely dark. And I had a medication that one of the medications that the doctors had put me on or wanted me to take, and I did take it a while back, but I had stopped taking it, and I thought, you know what, maybe it's just time. I just need to go ahead and at least take this one. And I did yesterday, and I've taken it before, so I don't know if this is what caused it, but I woke up and my entire face was red, swollen, and it looks like I have bumps, like
Did you go to
white
the
bumps.
hospital?
Not yet. I have white bumps just literally from the top of my forehead all the way down to my chin line. I don't have it anywhere else on my body. And I've been kind of watching it throughout the day, and it looks like it might start be getting better. I haven't taken Benadryl or anything because it messes with me a little bit. I don't know why. But if it's not any better or it starts getting worse,
I
probably
wouldn't take
around
it no
night,
more.
yeah, I'm not going to take it no more. But
Better
I'll run
call your
up here
doctor.
to the urgent care and have them check me out real quick. Because I do have some autoimmune diseases, and I know that that can cause rashes, but I've never had a rash like this. ever with any of those. So,
Did you take a photo, a selfie?
yeah, I did. I took a picture, and because my sister, she was a nurse, and I was a nurse, and I had sent it to her to see, what she thought.
Hold on.
But anyway,
Jennifer, Jennifer.
mhm.
You know what today is? What's today, Jennifer? Give me just a second. So, Jennifer, you still here? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Jennifer. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Aw,
Happy birthday, Jennifer.
that's a neat way to spell it.
Yeah, Jennifer is a good friend. I had to sing that to you, Jennifer.
Mhm.
Happy birthday. Yes. I'm sorry to hear what your mom's going through.
Yes, low 12. I will.
Tomorrow is May 1st.
Yep. April showers, May flowers.
Yeah, so I would reach out to your doctor.
Yeah, I will. We have an urgent care right up the street.
Well, I understand that.
But yeah, I need to go to my doctor anyways. But that's the thing for me is the medications.
Yes. Uh, you got to read what Jennifer wrote. You got to read it.
Yes.
Read what she wrote. I put it on the screen. Oh,
He does have a
Jennifer.
great voice. You do have a great voice.
She's got a great sense of humor.
Oh my gosh.
I
Were you
thought.
the last one? Were you the last one born?
Oh, Jennifer. I thought your mom was having medical issues. And then you said that. Oh my God. Uh, oh my God. All right. I'm sorry.
No.
So I would talk to your doctor, not about. I would talk to the prescriber about the issue you had with your face breaking out.
Yeah.
Did you take a picture?
Yep. I did. I did. I did. Yep. Are you kidding? I'm one of those girls that take all those pictures with the duck lips and everything all day long.
Yep,
I am teasing. I do not do that.
I believe it.
That would make me more depressed.
You'd be like this. Hold on, where's my phone at? Do I have any of my phones in here? Oh, here we go. She'd be like this.
Don't forget to turn your head to the side a little bit too. I'll walk by and I'll see my granddaughter doing that kind of stuff, my oldest one. And I'm like, sister, what are you doing? She's like,
Uh,
nothing, just taking my picture. She's like not even embarrassed about it.
I'm working on. So I'm out of work. I used to work weekends, and I don't anymore. So I'm making YouTube full time.
Oh, good.
Yes and no. Yes, it's good, but I got to get more interesting topics.
Between Jennifer and her mother's uterus, I think you're on your way. Her and Lisa, they're pretty much hoots.
So I think I'm going to do it full time, but I'm going to try different hours of the day. All right, rapper, have a good day. I'm going to try different hours of the day
Hmm.
and see what happens. I'm going to try YouTube Shorts. I haven't
That's a
seen
good
them
one.
use the logo yet lately, Jenna, but see what happens. Um, Debo reached out to me and Willow reached out to me. Nana's Dragonfly, I hope you had a good day at work. I hope you had a good day at work. So I'm going to try going live in the afternoon time,
Hmm.
and then I'm going to go live at night, and then I'm going to do my 2:30 in the morning live.
I love that you do that. I love that because I don't sleep very well, um, and that's nice to have you have that there. So I know there's got to be other people that feel like that too. You know, I have the last PTSD that you were speaking of.
Yeah.
Um, and you're right with that stuff. It's very hard because there's other diagnoses that they throw in with that. Um, Borderline personalities, ODD, bipolar. I mean, they gave me when I walked out of there because I couldn't remember them all. But when I walked out of there, I said, "Oh, can we please write my diagnoses that you gave me? You know, can I please write those down?" I'm not kidding you, Eddie. I walked out of there and they had 5 diagnoses. And I thought, holy crud. I mean, I've always had the two, well, three, I guess, but, and I'm like, where did, it freaked me out. And, but it made sense, because he didn't just ask questions and then say, this is what I have, because I
Yep.
had switched, he like really went into a lot of detail about things and it helped me understand. Um, But the first time I realized I had PTSD, I didn't know what it was. Um, I I just knew I was experiencing something and went to the emergency room. They didn't tell me that I had PTSD. I don't know what they gave me. It did seem to help. And then about a year later, I started having these episodes. And my husband that had passed away in 2015, he came home from work one day at lunchtime, and he found me between the toilet and the like the wall or the window. So there's like not much room right there, just huddled down. And I was just shaking and just freaking out. And he he didn't even go to he just went straight to my doctor's office. And that's when they, diagnosed me with PTSD. And it was a very scary thing because a lot of I had uh, abuse early on, but then I got married. Well, I got pregnant at 16, married at 17. So from 17 to 23, I was married to my first husband, and he was very extremely abusive in all aspects. So from basically 16 to 23, which, those are developmental stages, ages. And I lived that, and I went to a Y that we have out here, like the YWCA. It's a woman. It's a group, and you go and you learn about DV, and then once you graduate that class, you can go next door for like the
Yep.
support. But they helped me plan an escape, and it took us a year, and we did it. But I had nothing um, for like 3, 4 years. That so and I was pretty naive, so I didn't know PTSD. I didn't know I was going to have any issues from it. And then so I asked that doctor. I said, "But why am I just now having it? Like why would I not have had it during that time?" Well, and this is of course before I knew anything at all. And he said, "Well, it took that long for your body to calm down and know that you're safe. And
Yep.
now that it knows that you're safe, now it's reacting to it." And I said, "Okay, so how long will I have this?" And he said, "Well, you'll have this for life." And
Yep.
I said, "Well, what do I do?" And he said, "Well, you can take, medication, you can do this, you can run." He was telling me all these things, and I said, "Can I do it without medication?" He said, "I don't think where you're at now." He said, "Why don't you try it with medication and then see later on, with some therapy and other tools in your toolbox." Um, I did not want to take that medicine. I just did not. And so I didn't. And then I found myself having another one. And so I did go and I got it and I took it and it did help.
Do you see a
Um,
therapist?
I do. I do. And
And does therapy
then,
seem to help you?
well, at the moment, not really. We're kind of working on some different things because then in 2018 I had a stroke.
Oh,
And the stroke affected my thalamus. And of course, it controls your emotions, your heartbeat. It controls all your bodily functions. I mean, just everything. And so, just when I was great, and I had, I mean, I got addicted to pain pills for over 10 years. But then before the stroke, I was 14 years sober from those, and I have been going to AA. I chose AA; it was close to me, and I liked it better than NA. And I was doing really, really well. And then I had this stroke, and then it was just kind of like everything, just got thrown off. So now I'm just kind of trying to. Now I'm being able to focus more on myself because I don't. It changed everything. My personality. It changed so much. I used to be so funny and so fun, and I just have to relearn me. So right now I'm having a hard time with just a lot of stuff. And so I think what I need to do is see um, maybe a therapist that also specializes in strokes. I don't know.
it's you're getting a lot of comments in chat.
Oh, I'm not even looking.
A little bit. I'm so sorry, but it shows and proves you have and continuing to be such a strong person.
Oh, thank you.
That was Jennifer. The snooper says, "Oh, little bit, you're an extremely strong woman." Jenna said, "You're learning yourself." Yes, relearning yourself is very hard. The new you.
It is. And my whole life has changed too. So it's the people in my life aren't even the same people anymore.
To you,
Everyone
they're
is,
not.
well, like my husband passed away, and then his parents passed away. My kids have all
Oh,
moved out
that's
now.
tough.
So and I did get remarried, but the husband that I am currently married to now, he doesn't understand. Well, I don't know if he doesn't understand it, but he could be a lot more um supportive. And I think there might be, there's triggers. There's always triggers.
Yep.
And I think there might be a lot of triggers that are possibly going on around me. And that's making, because I had that PTSD down. And even after the stroke, for like a year, I had it down. It didn't flare back up. But I noticed, you know, it has flared back up. So I think I might even have to look into changing the environment because we do have to take care of ourselves. And I'm mad about it. I'm mad about that.
Jenna said, oh, many, many triggers, know, things you don't even know are a trigger.
Yep. Yep. What medical test? TBI occurred. Can I? What? Um.
So
Are you asking?
TBI is a traumatic brain injury.
Oh.
It's an
I had a
injury
stroke.
that affects how the brain works.
Hmm. What medical test did you receive? Well, I had an MRI and a CAT scan. So I was in the hospital for about a week. And then that's when they discovered I had lupus, RA, and Sjogren's, and they said that my ANA on my lupus was so high that possibly could have caused a stroke, um, or maybe stress related. Because after my husband died, I still had two boys at home,
So
and I
Jenna
I was
had
raising them.
Jenna's also had a traumatic brain injury herself.
Oh, would you? Okay, let's see. Understand. Okay.
So
This,
she understands, she can relate to what you're going through
okay.
because she's been through it.
What, Jenna? I hope you get support. My family um doesn't support me in the way that I think a lot of families should. Now, my sister had a stroke, and she's had a couple but these were self-induced strokes. My sister had an issue, and she did this to herself. The first one, you could tell something was different, but she was still mobile. And the second one, she is in a wheelchair, and her right side is, you know, uh, paralysis. She's paralyzed on her right side. So when you look at her, you can see she had a stroke. So my family tends to cater or treat or see things differently. When you look at me, and if you don't know me, you're not going to know I had a stroke. So my family doesn't see it as it's a big deal because I look fine. And so if I'm having, a day or whatever, it's almost like, I wouldn't say critical. Well, some can be critical, but it's just kind of like, well, what's the big deal? And I'm like, gosh, if you could be in my head, you would understand, but I don't even try to explain it to them. Let's see, I have a great small support system. I'm blessed. They are for me, but I did lose all my friends. Yeah. Um, I didn't lose. Well, I don't know how you lost your friends, but what I've done over the last year, and I didn't do it on purpose. I just kind of just happened. I started secluding myself. I get isolating. I started isolating, and then I got down to two good friends that I've always had since I was like 8, and I've even isolated myself from them, and I don't even really go outside
So
much now.
you're in an episode right now.
Hmm. Yeah,
You're severely depressed right now.
very, very. Yeah, like and I've always been one of those that you get up, do your hair. I always had my hair done, my nails, done, all that. My one of my kids, my youngest one, before he just moved out, he came out and he said, "Mom, third day, same clothes."
Little
He
bit. Do
goes,
you
and
have
they shower.
Discord?
I do.
You have Discord?
Hmm.
Okay. Let me check something. Did you
Oh,
got
it's
my?
in a YouTube.
You have my
Okay, go ahead.
email address?
I have your phone number.
Okay.
Do you want to eat? Do you want to text
Send
it
me
to
a
me?
text message. Text me.
Okay.
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 And I'll send you an invite link to my Discord.
Okay.
That way you and Jenna can communicate.
Okay. Good. Good.
She said if you ever need to talk about it, I can try my best to help, and it may even help me also.
Okay. Yeah, because there'll be times that I'm on here and I'm doing good and I'm having, a great time for about a week or so, and then people might not really see me for, a week or so because, you're just in that mode. And so yeah, it's nice to have somebody be able to reach out, at least just send a text, or because there's times that I'm just like, if my kids didn't need a babysitter, nobody would even know I was gone.
That sucks. That's tough.
Yeah. But I think some of it might be situational, and so that will help. Just maybe being in a different environment.
Change can be tough.
Yeah, yeah.
So welcome in what is true.
Thank
Cindy
you.
Rose, thank you for being here. Change is tough at first. Kim McDougal. I'm just gonna say Kim because I don't want to destroy your last name, Kim. I like Kim. um,
And what Emily said, that's so true.
I totally feel you with the isolation and not getting yourself together like you used to, and not talking to people you always did in the past.
Because you don't even.
Depression plays a big role. And are you afraid to open up to people?
I've never not. No, no. Um, After I got out of my first marriage, and about a year after that, I actually was speaking and kind of telling my story, and that really seemed to help, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It wasn't until, well, in the last 6 years, 5 6 years, and I had two major things happen. What one is a stroke, and two, remarried. Um, and I think it was a combination between, letting the stroke kind of settle in and see what all it was going to affect, and then the marriage kind of, didn't. It wasn't what it was. It wasn't what it looked like. Right, does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, okay. And so I think that is, so this is a place I've never been. And when I started feeling that PTSD come up, I was very open and transparent with my husband, and said, look, this is how I'm feeling. And I know what this feeling is. And I know what used to trigger this. So let's not do, XYZ. Oh, okay. Well, 5 seconds later, here's XYZ.
That's not
And so
healthy.
right. And I worked for so many years, so long and so hard on myself to, you know, be the best version of myself. And I was better than I'd ever been. And so now I got to just pull myself back up.
That's all you can do.
Yep. And that's why I was so excited when I saw that the other night. I was like, no way.
So what I would suggest a little bit is when you join Discord, I think I'm going to bring it back. I think I'm going to bring it back. I
Okay.
want to get people's opinion. Okay.
Okay.
So in Discord, I used to do the after show. I want to bring it back. The after show is where a group of us would go into Discord and conversate and just talk. Like a group of us used to do that
Okay.
and just socialize. That's how we were. I created after show for after the lives on
Hmm.
Discord. I want to bring that back. So
Yeah, that
after
would
we
be
did
great.
yes, and you're more than welcome. I'm as soon as you text me after this live, I'll send you the invite link,
Okay.
and then accept the invite link, and I'm gonna start it all over again because I really
Okay.
miss it. I
Yeah,
miss
that'd be
talking to
awesome.
people after the shows. I really miss. It was amazing. It's amazing. The So I'm reading Emily's message. So Emily said, "You're right. And the longer you do it, you kind of get used to it. They have the realization and how long it's been since you've been yourself, and it can make you feel worse, kind of cycle."
Right. Right.
So how I met Jenna and how I met Emily and quite a few of my mods is when I started this channel, I started Discord, and everybody just started hanging out in Discord after the live. And there'd be anywhere, it would start off with like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people would be in there. We'd all be talking and shooting the shit and having conversations about life in general. And that's how we all became friends. Some of us would end up falling asleep on pan like Discord, especially me. So, but that's what we used to do, is just talk. How our day's going and stuff like that. Because some of us are afraid to come up on panel and talk, so we would do it in Discord amongst friends.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
Because I want other people to be able to talk too. So, you know, and if I get talking about this too much right now, anyways, some days are better than others, like I said, but, um, I'll start getting emotional because I'm angry. I know I'm angry. Um, and that angry part, I think, comes out emotionally, like crying. But sometimes I used to feel better after a good cry. Then I got to a point where I couldn't really cry anymore. I mean, I could have like watered up eyes, but I didn't have that good hard cry. Um,
so
but
I wanna respond to Cindy real quick. Sorry for interrupting,
no, you're
because if I don't respond to it, I'll completely forget about it. So she says, Eddie, what I don't understand is when something triggers PTSD. You are triggered, but the trigger seems unconnected to the original incident. So what that is, okay, in I could be wrong. Let me throw this banner out there. I could be wrong, Cindy, but it could be a thought. Thought came up in your mind and triggered it. Could be a thought. It could be a thought that triggers it.
Yeah.
Does that happen with you? A thought?
Yeah. With me, I noticed the same thing Cindy was saying was um, sometimes I couldn't even tell what, like there was no trigger. And all of a sudden I'd start getting an episode. But then later I would notice something did happen and I was triggered and I was like, but that had nothing to do with, but I think the way I understood it, um, you know, where what do they say? A carpenter's house is never done. A therapist is never, a marriage therapist is never married. Even though I have education and schooling and stuff in these areas to to tell myself the same thing is a
Yes.
little different. But the way that I was taught was your body doesn't like if something um can frighten you, or maybe somebody just turned the corner too quick and you kind of jerked or whatever, that your body doesn't understand the difference between if it was something that you went through in the past that caused it or the survival mode of just that jump. So that's when your fight or flight kicks in because now you're going into protective mode, which is what happens when you have, your PTSD. It flares up, and then the back of the rational part of your brain can't function, or the front actually can't function
Yep.
because your back and your front can't function at the same time, but you just know you have to be in survival mode. So it may not be related to what the actual trauma was, but your body doesn't know that.
It could also be a voice, a look, situation, or a smell.
A smell. Yep.
That's a good point because that is so true. It could be something that somebody says.
Mm-hmm.
You could be having a conversation, and it can be a word that's used that can trigger it.
Mm-hmm.
You could smell something that you remember that smell from before, and it can trigger it.
Smell of
It could
alcohol will trigger it for
like
me.
yes, for the like what she said, the smell of alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, does anybody else want to come up and talk? I don't want to take up all the time. I know, you know, there's others that probably need to speak too.
So put a one in chat if you guys would join me in Discord after the live. Just asking.
My one's there. You just can't see it. You're welcome, Cindy. Oh, that's sweet, Jennifer. And that's sad. That's like one of the nicest compliments I've gotten in a long time.
Hey, Bratty, little me. Hey, I saw that picture you sent me of your shirt. The
Emily, I'm
Snooper,
glad that you could relate.
the Snooper, are you in Discord? because I'm going to bring back the after show. I'm going to bring it back. All right. I am going to post this invite link.
Okay.
Hold on. Hey, Snooper, I want you to send me an email address. Send me an email, and I'll send you an invite to Discord so you can join us. Because I'd love to have you in Discord if you want to join.
Cindy, are you asking that as a question, or are you responding to somebody?
No, Cindy says I don't know a thing about Discord.
Oh, I was reading the PTSD moment. My question is.
Oh, okay. Is our feelings much more difficult to identify than others?
Than other times. Yeah. Um, but for me, prior to the stroke, I was more in tune to even those. And so I would know that if I didn't do something then, it was just going to get worse maybe throughout the day. But that now is something I don't recognize as well anymore. If that helped or made any sense.
Welcome, NorCal. How are you doing? We were talking about PTSD and the 5 different types of PTSD. And then Lil Bit came in and shared what she's gone through, which was amazing. And thank you for coming in and sharing your story a little bit. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You are welcome. I'm going to jump down.
So you can jump down or you can hang out. It's up to you.
Okay. Well, I just don't want to take up. If
No,
somebody
you're a
else wants to
guest.
talk.
You're a guest. You're a
Okay.
guest. So Bratty Little Me, all right. I am gonna text you. No, a little bit. I got your. Hold on. I'm gonna message you, Bratty Little Me. Okay. I'm gonna do all this right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna do all this right now, so I can get it all out of the way. Okay. I texted you an invite, so you should
Oh, okay.
receive
Got
it.
it.
Okay.
I got it. Okay.
So let me go to my Gmail. Let me do another one.
That's a good idea, Does a Rose. I said that wrong. Huh?
Hold on. I gotta do it from my computer. All right, Bratty Little Me, I'm gonna email you the link. Give me just a second. Let's go to Gmail. I'm sending you the link right now. Paste. Send. Link has been sent.
Awesome.
So, yes, but without a stroke, I wonder if the PTSD moments makes it harder to name the feelings one has at the times, when usually it's easier to identify them. Bradley Little Me, I sent you an email. I emailed it to you. Do I have your phone number? Yeah, I'll send you a text message. I'll text it to you. All right. I'll text you the link. So this is where I end my stream. But I want to thank everybody that's come in here and hung out. Give me just a second, and then I'll end the stream. You can talk to the community if you want to.
Oh, okay. Now, are we doing the Discord after this one?
Yes,
Or
we're
we're
doing
gonna
the
do?
Discord.
Okay. Yay.
We're going to do the
Okay.
Discord after this one. Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for one listening to me. And it looks like a lot of you guys understand and have great advice and very, very supportive. I know I have some things I need to take care of. Definitely that I have not. Sometimes, we put ourselves last, and I did that, and then just because of just domino effect things, and I think eventually it just all got so much, and then I don't think the stroke helped any, and then finally it just, I don't know. I literally feel like I went crazy. It became like, and I didn't have this before, but here recently, um, it was almost kind of hard to tell the difference between reality and non-reality. Like, it was, I want to say, almost like a more than a paranoia type feeling, and I know I was getting scared, and I didn't want to say anything to anybody because I really didn't want to get locked up, and I was afraid, one of my kids were gonna commit me, um, or my mom. She would have just loved to have done it anyways. So, um, and you live in that, in silence, like we were saying. My kids, even though they're older, I still feel like there's certain things you don't say because I feel like it's emotionally dumping on them. And so you try to figure it out, and the more you try to figure it out, the more you get in your head, the worse you become.
So, Dose of Rose, I did share the 5 types of PTSD. I did share it. I did share the 5 types. And I did talk about them. So, all right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for being here. I responded to everybody with the link, the invite link to Discord. I emailed you back, the snooper. I got you, Braddy. I emailed you back, Miss Rose. And I got you, Kim. I sent you the link too, Kim. So I replied to everybody. George. All right. Thank you, everybody. In a little bit. Thank you for coming up and sharing.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
You're a strong person. So if you guys ever need somebody to reach out, you can either email me, which I'll post my email address again. Email me. Oh, okay. 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So everybody hit that like button before you leave.
Gotcha.
So everybody, you're welcome to join Discord, hang out with us after the show. And I will see everybody then.
Mhm.
Love you
Sounds
guys.
good.
And I will see you tonight at 2:30 in the morning if you're still awake.
All right, I'll see you guys in a minute.
All right. All things
Okay.
serious.
All right.
Out, friends.